Hi there, you're welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I want to show you how to make this beautiful Bubu dress. So let's go to the cutting table. I have with me a beautiful African print fabric and it is 4 yards, but although I will not finish everything. And then I have Jonkoso bale fabric. I got it from bale. So we proceed to cut and I will fold both the front and the back together. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to explain what I did, all right? I have the fabric here folded. I have another one folded on top, as you can see. And this is the length of the client, and for the amount to have on this from this place to this place, calculate the shoulder to shoulder divided by 2 of my client. In my case it is 7.5. Then I added the sleeve length, and the sleeve length I want for this dress is 22 inches, so I made sure I have that total here. First of all, the shoulder line, that is half inch, to have a straight start. That's the reason. Next is shoulder to the hip. My client is 25 inches and the length I'm working with already is 54 inches, which is here. Then I have extra 1 inch for hemming allowance. Neck width 3 inches. Neck depth 1 inch for back, 3 inches for front. And I'll connect. So from here, the shoulder to shoulder 7.5, which is here. The sleeve 22 inches. Sorry, I want the total sleeve to be 20 inches, right? Then the piece at the hem of it, I want it to be 2 inches. 20 inches minus that 2 inches is 18 inches, all right? 18 inches is here. Then plus half inch to join it to that one, okay? From there, I'll come down by 1.5 inches shoulder slope. Connect from the neck. On the hip, you can see I made a straight line there. The hip circumference is 39 inches divided by 4 is 9.75 inches, which is here. Then the ease allowance, because this is a free gown, I want the ease allowance to be 3.5 inches here. Then 1 inch side allowance. So I'll move over to the sleeve. The sleeve opening, depending on how wide you want it to be, but I'll make use of 9 inches or 9.5 inches as my sleeve opening. So I've marked it here, then I'll connect. Okay. Sorry, I'll come in here. From here, I'll just come in like by 6 inches. At least to have something that looks like the sleeve, right? Then I'll connect. So disregard this. Then at the hem, I'll also mark what I have here. 14.5. Straight. We are done. Next is to just give half inch allowances at the neckline, at the shoulder line. You can see that came up by half an inch. On the shoulder came up by half an inch. So we'll go ahead and cut. I'll first of all cut the back neckline. I've cut it. I forgot to mention, this is an African print fabric, Ankara. So the length actually is 45 inches, and it's not up to the length of the dress. So you can see I joined fabric here to complete the down part. And then I will take out the back. I'll complete my neck. And then we cut for the collar. I have this white fabric here, and I've gone ahead to iron the softest form of interface. This, place the shiny part or the rough part on the wrong side of the fabric. Go ahead to iron to give it strength, all right? So I'll fold it, put it under here. I've pinned it and I'll cut. not the center. So I want that arrow to stop at 5 inches above the hip. You know this is 3 inches, right? So I'll place my tape at 3 inches. The hip is 25 inches, 5 inches above it is 20. Then the arrow is going to start around 5 inches too. So I mark 15 inches. So So I'll just use the nipple to nipple measurement of my client to determine the wideness of this arrow. And the nipple to nipple divided by 2 is 3.75. So I'll mark it. It's here. So I'll make an arrow here. I don't want this place to be too sharp. I'll just curve. Please work with what you want. So here I'll just create that shape there. So I'll proceed to add half an inch allowance all around this. So this is it. You can determine the wideness you want. For me, this is okay, all right? So I'll go ahead and what I'll do is that half of an inch, I'm just going to iron it in. Start ironing. At these places that are curved, notch it, see? Iron, just keep folding it and you are ironing so that it will be easy for you while when sewing it down. This part too, notch. I've notched here. So then to start sewing, from the back side, I have a crease line here to indicate the center, so I'll just mark it out. Okay, I'll place this the right side to the wrong side. Make sure it's matching at the center. Then I want the opening here to be 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches is here. So I'll go ahead to sew just quarter inch to this point and straight up. This is it after ironing. This is it, you can see. As for this, I'm going to wash it off, but please don't make the mistake of using marker. I'm going to wash it off and it will go. Then I've gone ahead to also sew here. Alright, so I'll slash it open. This is what I have. Now turn this to the right side. This is it, and you can see here is free because I notched. So I'll go ahead and sew around, almost at the edge of this. Okay, making sure that this center is matching the center point here. I'll pin it. And after I'm done sewing, I'll join it at the shoulder by matching it right side to right side of the back, half of an inch, half of an inch. So this is it after doing everything I've said. You can see I've also joined the front one here. Then I tried this on to see if it can pass through the neck, but it did not pass. It was not easy. So what I did was to lose everything again. So you have to learn from my mistake, okay? And I went down here more by 1.5 inches. Initially it was 3 inches plus 1.5 inches. It is now 4.5 inches, as you can see. So in total, the net depth for the front is 7.5 inches. The next thing is for the collar stand and the collar fold. I'm going to take the measurement of these. You can either place it this way and measure one side, or you measure everything. So I'll leave it this way and I will take out half of an inch for sewing allowance. I'm going to come down and try to take my measurement round. I've measured it initially, but I'm just showing you what to do. So like this, I have 8.625 inches. That means in total it is 12.25 inches. You go ahead and measure yours, okay? I'll keep this aside. I have a fabric here, the jumper soap, with the soft pepper stay ironed on both the lining and also the. I'm using the same fabric actually as the lining and also the good side folded. I already have a tutorial in my channel for this, but okay, let me just show us what to do. Towards this way, I'll make sure I have half of the neck circumference, okay, and it is modern. So from the hemline, I come up with half of an inch starting point line. You know, the collar stand is curved in nature. So from this side, I'll come up with half inch or 0.75. I'll use 0.75. This is the center fold. Then I'll connect it back here. Then I'll measure 1 inch up. That's the length of the collar stand that I want. This is it. And this is our new collar stand. We're going to go in here by 1 inch to create a curve. So I'll randomly create the curve here. Now for the collar fold, you determine the width you also want, the length you also want for it. I want to use 2 inches. You can use 1.5 inches. To connect this, still from here, I will go in by 0.75 inches. I don't want to start here to create the fold immediately. And it is here. So also you can either connect it straight, sorry, this way from here to here, following the length of this collar stand, or you can just make it straight, all right? Personally, I want to make it straight. So this is what I have, colorful collar stand. Then I'll go ahead and give half of an inch allowance all the way around. Sorry, I don't know if I mentioned from this center fold, the wideness, remember we measured 17.25 inches, right? Half of it is 8.625. So that is it here. 8.625 is here, all right? So that's what we are using. That's why we came up on here, okay? That's it here. So I'll go ahead and cut. Here is it. I will notch the center points. Then here, I want to give a notch here. It's optional. To start sewing with that half of an inch up to this point, up to this side, okay? After that, just for the salvation of time, I will check the sleeve to cut that statement going on there. I'll measure my sleeve length. I have 19.5 inches here. So I've already gone ahead to cut out the fabric. The total of this should be 2.5 inches. Half inch is to join it here, and I told us that I want the width to be 2.5 inches proper. So you can see what I did already. The Ankara is 1.5 and this one will be half inch, then half inch to join it here. Right side to right side. I will join it with half of an inch and do the same thing for the other side. Our dress is gradually coming out so beautifully. And this is the collar. I've gone ahead to notch it to relax, and I've cut out the excess notched here. So next thing I will do is, you know, we have half of an inch here, half of an inch here joining allowance. So what I will do is, instead of sewing it and then coming back to sew the next one, I want to sew it once, just once. So I will fold in that half of an inch and I'm ironing it. We don't want stress. So I'm folding, I'm ironing all the way around it. This is what I have after what I said I was going to do. You can see. So we start attaching. This is the back side with the center notch. I'll match it to, I already have a notch there, so that's my center. So I'll match it, cover it up and pin. And I'm pinning from the front side. So I'll keep matching it and you pin. So I'll go off camera and complete it, then come back. So I'm done pinning, as you can see. This is it from this side. Then I'll go ahead and start sewing almost at the tip of this. I'll sew to this point. Now let me mention, if by any chance, when you are trying to match it with the neck, and this collar is in excess, just go back and turn it, reshape it, trim it, and then you continue. So after sewing this, the next thing will be for me to join it at the side, and then I will turn it right side facing right side. Remember I gave 1 inch side allowance, so I will start sewing 1 inch, do the same thing for this other side. So I'm done joining the side, but I left this space for the slit, and it is depending on your measurement, please, okay? uh 13.5 inches, 1 inch hemming allowance for the side slits. I left it for the two sides, so what I will do now is to hold it down like this. I should sew up. When I get to that point, I also cross it and continue towards the side. But I'll fold this to one, two, as if I'm hemming it while sewing. I'll do the same thing to the other side, and after that I'll go ahead and hem the length with that 1 inch hemming allowance that we left. Hem this side. So this is it. This is the slit opening. So I'll go ahead and just set the raw edges, and yes, we are done with this tutorial. This is the kind of dress that when you make, please, with a quality fabric, you just put it on your shop, it speaks for itself. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead, give it a thumbs up, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you got value, please drop what you have to say on the comment section, and see you in my next one. For now, take care of you.